Welcome to Off Duty. I'm Wendy Bounds. Olympians, they are pouring into London right now, but here on Off Duty, we're taking you behind the scenes to meet a few of the athletes going for the gold in some of the more unique events. Forget Batman and Spider-Man. We found our own superhero with U.S. trampoline contender Stephen Gluckstein. You won't believe his moves. Plus, we'll teach you how to swing a sword like Jack Sparrow or Luke Skywalker with the U.S. Olympic fencing coach. And they may not be Michael Phelps, but these seniors can certainly hold their own in the pool. First up, though, let's hit the trampoline. The trampoline. You jumped on one as a kid in the backyard, but did you ever think it could take you all the way to the Olympics? Welcome to Off Duty. I'm Wendy Bounds. We're here in the Elite Trampoline Academy in Middletown, New Jersey, where 22-year-old Stephen Gluckstein is preparing for his first Olympics. We're going to talk to him in just a second. Oh, here he is.
Hi, how are you?
Stephen, nicely done.
Thank you.
Let me guess, you had a trampoline in your backyard as a kid?
I did. Ever since I could walk, I had a trampoline sitting there in my backyard.
So people who think that trampoline is only for kids, right? They may not even have an idea that it's an Olympic sport. Do you get a lot of that, like, wait, this is an Olympic sport?
Absolutely. You know, every time I tell people I do trampoline, they say, oh, my son or daughter's got one in the backyard. She can do a flip. Can you?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I can do a few of those.
But what you have to do in the Olympics is much faster than sort of bouncing around. I mean, what are just sort of the three main categories they judge you in?
It's very strict. We jump on a much different trampoline than they do in the backyard. We jump about 30 feet in the air. We get judged on difficulty, which is added up how many flips and twists you do. Right. We get judged on time of flight. And then the third part of the total score is the execution, which you have judges sitting on the panel displaying out of 10 how well you did.
So is it hard for trampoline to get the same respect and the funding as other parts of gymnastics?
Absolutely, but a lot of it has to do with recognition. You know, a lot of people don't know about trampoline. A lot of people think about backyard trampolines, and they don't really know about how awesome our sport is. And once we get a bigger audience and a bigger pool, we'll be able to be on a bigger scale like the women's gymnastics.
All right, Stephen, now before we get on here and you teach us some moves, what's different about an Olympic trampoline than the ones in our backyard?
Well, first thing first, the size. It's a rectangle, and it's 7 feet by 14 feet long. Also, the springs here, they're a lot tighter, and they're also larger. They're about 8 inches long. And also the webbing is a lot different and made of different material.
And so what does that mean? Does it make it go, let's go higher, faster?
Both. You know, it's sprung a lot tighter. This way, the harder you push it down, it'll spring you back up faster.
All right, let's get started.
All right.
So show us the proper way and then tell us what people typically do wrong.
All right, so first I'm going to demonstrate.
Yep.
Proper seat drop, push to stand back up.
And you're pushing with your hands as well.
Pushing with my hands,
All right. Okay.
I make it look easy. It's not easy.
Yeah, you do.
All right, next skill that I'm going to teach you is called a tuck jump. The trick is to leave your shoulders and your chest up and use all the work in your knees. Bring your knees up and land right back on your feet.
All right. How do you stop?
Half turn. Here we go. Common mistakes are leaning over for the twist. Okay, you have to pretend like you have a pin going from your head to your feet. We're gonna swing our arms to the ceiling and turn around facing the other way. There you go, easy. Next trick we're doing is called a straddle jump. All right, I'm gonna demonstrate it.
Whoa.
Okay.
I just want to say I reserve the right to edit this out of the show. You got that?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you're just saying that.
No way. So we're gonna make up a little routine for you, putting all these things together, okay?
Right.
So we're gonna go first with the straddle jump, followed by the seat drop, the tuck jump, the half turn, and stick the landing. And then you can do your victory dance. Easy. First we're gonna start the straddle, seat drop, stand up, tuck jump, half turn, and stick the landing. Oh, so close!
Tatiana, you've been Stephen's trainer 12 years now?
Yes.
So there's only one man and one woman from the U.S. that goes to the Olympics in trampolining.
Yes.
So it's a big honor for Stephen.
I think so.
What does he have that other people don't have?
He's very regimented, so he works hard, and it's just every day is planned, every training is planned, and he stays on top of it. Our sport is growing, and as a result, our team is growing. We had 75 members last year, but right now we're actually making over 100 at the end of the season, so it's growing and growing.
And at the end of the day, only one man and one woman go to the Olympics.
Yes.
Incredible. Now your younger brother Jeffrey, he also practices trampoline.
Yep.
Came down to the wire with the two of you on who was going to go to the Olympics, right?
Yep, it was all came down to the final routine, and whoever won was going to the Olympics, and I came out ahead.
Now some people have described your brother as the more natural athlete in this capacity, but they said that your work ethic is what got you here. Do you think that's true?
Absolutely, 100%. You know, he is naturally one of the best in the world. Unfortunately, he's also one of the laziest. So, you know, whereas I do have God-given talent, but I flourish on my work ethic.
And so the next time somebody tells you trampoline is not an Olympic sport, you tell them to try this. All right, so I probably need a little more practice before I can start flipping like that. Still, trampoline is one of my new favorite sports, and with athletes like Gluckstein, I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Not so lucky, though, was tug of war. Now, it only lasted for 20 years as an Olympic sport. Maybe it would have fared better had it been featured on the big screen, kind of like sword fighting. But for that, we have the U.S. Olympic fencing team. Touché. Welcome to WSJ Off Duty. If you've ever wanted to channel your inner Jack Sparrow or Luke Skywalker, you are in luck. Olympic fencing starts in London later this month. We can think of no one better to teach us a few key moves than Yuri Gelman. Come over here. He is the Olympic coach for the U.S. team. You're leaving tomorrow, right?
Yes, tomorrow.
But you've made time to teach Off Duty a few key sword moves that we see in the movies. But what you guys do is not what we see in the movies, is it?
Not at all.
Now, the three types of fencing you all do, what are they?
Yeah, it's a saber, foil, and épée. And they're all very different. Saber is slashing weapon, and foil and épée is more like poking.
And what we see in the movies, I mean, is there anything like that that you all actually do on a competitive level at the Olympics?
Not at all. I think it's very good for people just to know what fencing is, but when they come and learn, it's completely different.
But some of the basics that we do see in the movies, as you mentioned, like the footwork, like the thrust, like some of the swashbuckling, those are things that you do use in fencing.
Yes, absolutely.
And you're going to help us break it down.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right, I'm all suited up, ready to go. Footwork, let's start with that. So Pirates of the Caribbean and I Love You Man, two movies where we see sort of this lavish display of footwork. You're going to do it with one of your students in a minute, but first for us, break down the basics of footwork in fencing.
Okay, let's go. So advance, very good. Retreat, start from back, very nice. And then on the lunge, showing the lunge, excellent. And also you can do the jump. Then jump, very good. And now all combination of this you can do. See, advance and lunge, do it. Advance and lunge, beautiful. And now the main part, when I'm going forward, you're going back. Keep a distance, very good. See, and now opposite, opposite. See, now I'm escaping from you, you're escaping from me. Very good. This is basically, that's it.
That's it.
Yes, we're
right.
done.
Now let's watch it in fast motion. So the main sword we see in the movies is the saber, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But there are two other important weapons in fencing, and that's the foil and the épée. I'm holding a foil. So what is the main difference in the style of fencing with those two?
Okay, so this is a foil, and the target body, first of all, the smallest one, it's only upper body, and that's it. Okay, so just you go here, very good. And now another thing, when I go in like this and you want to defend yourself, you take a paré. This is paré number 4. Okay. See, you just block me. You block me and then immediately touch me. So let's try. Excellent.
And épée, the main difference with épée is you have a much broader target, the whole body.
Absolutely. Whole body and weapon, the heaviest one.
When you see people like over the back, that's all
anywhere.
épée.
See, this is how it's going. And we're going like this, then like this, then like this, and beautiful.
So the fast swashbuckling that we see in movies like The Princess Bride and Zorro, that's really done with saber. Can you show us a few key moves that people can use with a saber to kind of mimic that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's movement. You have to move fast, Yes, and now try to hit me. Go, hit. See, I defend myself, and now I go against you. And I hit you. You defend yourself, and now you go. So basically, see, we create a lot of noise,
right?
But nothing happens.
Kind of like in the movies.
Yes, it's like in the movie.
It's a good effort, Capitan. The next will be better, my fancy clown.
So one of the most famous scenes in the movies is Star Wars, where Luke Skywalker is fighting his father, Darth Vader. That's a lightsaber. Now, obviously, you guys don't fight with lightsabers, but how would you practice that at home if you just sort of wanted to play around?
Raise your arm.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pushing you. You kind of push me back.
Why do I feel like the force is with you more than me.
Yes.
There is no escape.
James, I'm your father.
Now, one of the more curious discontinued Olympic sports has to be solo synchronized swimming. Yep, you heard me right. In the late 80s and early 90s, it took the powers that be 3 Olympics to realize that if you're solo, you're not synchronized. That, however, is not a problem for this group of swimmers. The Summer Olympics are about to kick off in London, and that is where competitors in their prime will be competing in everything from pole vaulting to judo. Here, though, in Harlem, New York, we have found another group of athletes practicing another Olympic sport, synchronized swimming to catch. They are all between the ages of 60 and 100.
We're the Harlem Honeys and Bears, and we've been around since 1979. It's a senior synchronized swim group, and we also compete.
My name is Elvira O'Garrow, and I'm 90 years old. I'm Letitia Graham, and I'm 90 years young.
I'm James Ford, and I was a Harlem Honey and Bear for 15 years, and I'm 67 years old.
I'm Doris Roberts Black, and I'm over 60 years old, and that's all you need to know. The camaraderie is a ward-off of Alzheimer's, it's a ward-off of depression. You have people you can share ideas with, you have people who share their ideas with you, and all of that makes for a really healthy spirit as well as a healthy body.
I notice you have a brace on your knee. Do you have any physical ailments?
Yes, I have 2 challenges. Initially, in 2008, I had a stroke, and I was rebounding very well after coming in the water from the stroke. Very well, as a matter of fact. Everybody was amazed. And then I fell, and just before Christmas of this year, I fractured my hip.
You know, I learned to swim at age 64.
64.
Age 64. After I came here, I enjoyed the swimming so much. Now I swim 5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
Wow.
I'm the longest running member of the Harlem Honey and Bears. I joined the team in 1980. It keeps me out of the doctor's office. I want to go once a year just for a checkup.
When they're under you and you're getting ready to come back this way.
So Oliver, you've been the coach here for about 18 years.
I've been the coach for 18 years.
What do you get out of this?
I get the enjoyment, and I get the inspiration, and I get the motivation from them, you know, because they're a lot older than me, and just to see them come in there and do what they do 3 days a week, I enjoy it.
You don't go easy on them, though. Like, you're pretty tough on them in the pool.
Well, you have to be tough on them. If not, then you can't get what you want done, you know, and I believe in persistence.
If you're not in those spots on that count, then we're off.
Do you take any of your inspiration from the actual Olympics, which are coming up?
No, all my inspiration comes from my senior swim team. You know, they're the ones that motivate me, you know, because there's a lot of mornings that I don't feel like getting up. And I say, well, my 90-year-old's out there, so I may as well get up and go out there myself.
How do you handle the differences in swimming abilities as well as people who may have some physical challenges? How do you work that out in the pool?
Once we get in the pool, there's no physical challenges.
Interesting. It sort of equalizes everybody?
It equalizes everybody in the pool.
What's the hardest maneuver that they did in the pool today?
Well, the hardest maneuver that they did in the pool today was the triple flip. Don't try that at home.
Why is it so hard? They have to hold their breath so long?
Because, well, what it is, as you notice, they were all connected to one another, and all 3 of them went under one another without breaking, you know, the routine.
They messed up once, you let them have it.
I sure did, you know, and the second time they did it perfectly.
it for WSJ Off Duty. Now, I am off to buy a trampoline. The question is, where to put it? Good luck to all the U.S. athletes in London. We'll be watching.